Your eyesight tends to change so quietly with age that you may not notice the drift until a menu in dim light looks softer than you remember. So today we will walk through 10 habits that keep vision steady and comfortable for the long run. Because your eyes are not separate from the rest of you, every smart choice you make for blood vessel nerves and sleep shows up in the sharpness of a road sign and the ease of reading. You will hear clear steps you can start now, the reasons they work inside the eye, and the few safety lines that matter. Before we go further, subscribe so you do not miss the next lesson that builds on this one. As you listen, think of one habit you are willing to adjust this week, then tell me in the comments what you chose and why. Start with steady blood pressure and calmer blood sugar because the retina is a thin vascular tissue that relies on smooth flow. The retina is the film of the eye, and it is fed by a fine network of blood vessels that are sensitive to pressure and sugar swings. When blood pressure runs high for years, those tiny vessels can thicken and narrow, and the nerve layer that reads light receives less oxygen. When blood sugar runs high and fluctuates, the vessel lining becomes fragile, and small leaks or swollen patches can form. That is why people living with diabetes and people with long-standing hypertension are at higher risk for retinal changes and vision loss. The practical move is simple and powerful. Know your numbers at home, use a home cuff that fits your arm, and keep a small log. If you have diabetes, pair your glucose checks with a steady meal pattern built on vegetables, intact grains, beans, and lean protein. Add gentle movement most days to help pressure and glucose work in your favor. Because the retina responds slowly, think in seasons rather than days. 3 months of consistent blood pressure control and smoother glucose will begin to show up as less strain during reading and more comfort in bright light. If you notice new floaters, a sudden curtain of shadow, or straight lines that look bent, seek urgent care since those signs can point to a retinal problem that needs fast attention. Second, let go of smoking exposure to reduce stress on the lens and the macula. Tobacco smoke does not only affect the lungs and heart. The oxidants in smoke can cloud the lens more quickly and may damage the central retina, where fine detail is rid. Quitting at any age lowers risk over time, and the benefits stack for years. If you live with smokers, ask for smoke-free indoor air as a household policy. If quitting feels out of reach, start by delaying the first cigarette of the day and changing routines that cue smoking. Your eyes are part of the reward. Many people notice less dryness and irritation within weeks of clearing the air. If you use nicotine replacement, follow the package and clinician guidance because the short-term plan matters. Add a brief daily walk to help calm cravings and support blood vessel health that reaches the eye. Third, wear ultraviolet blocking sunglasses and a brimmed hat anytime the sun is bright because light can injure the surface and speed lens changes. Ultraviolet light is energy your eyes cannot see, but your tissues can feel. Years of exposure accelerate the clouding of the lens and may irritate the eye surface. Choose sunglasses that state 100% ultraviolet protection and fit close enough to block light from the sides. A simple brim makes a difference because it limits the light overhead and reduces squinting, which in turn relaxes the muscles around the eye. Keep a second pair by the door you use most so the habit is automatic. If you have had cataract surgery or have very light-colored eyes, be extra consistent with ultraviolet protection because your eyes may be more light-sensitive. This is an easy win because it costs nothing after the first pair and pays you back every sunny week for the rest of your life. Fourth, put color on the plate most days to deliver carotenoids and supportive fats that concentrate in the macula. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, bright vegetables like broccoli, squash, and orange peppers, and egg yolks carry carotenoids such as lutein and zeaxanthin. These pigments tend to settle in the macula, the area responsible for reading and recognizing faces. Think of them as a built-in pair of gentle internal sunglasses that help manage light and support function. Add a small source of healthy fat when you eat these foods because fat helps absorption. A drizzle of olive oil, a spoon of hummus, a handful of walnuts, or a few slices of avocado are simple pairings. Plan your week around color. Place 2 green choices and 2 orange or yellow choices into your shopping list, then repeat next week with 2 different colors. Because your taste buds learn by repetition, build these into meals you already like. Such as mixing chopped greens into omelets or stirring roasted squash into a grain bowl. If you have a history of kidney stones or gallbladder issues, tailor portions and preparation with your clinician or dietitian, since individual needs vary. Fifth, use blink breaks and change your focal distance on a rhythm during near work to keep your tear film healthy and your focus steady. Staring at a screen or a book reduces spontaneous blinking, and the outer oily layer of your tears can become unstable. That leads to burn, sting, and blur that comes and goes. A simple pattern helps. Every 20 minutes, let your gaze move to something far away, then close your eyes gently and add 3 deliberate blinks. Let the shoulders drop while you do it. This tiny reset gives the oil glands along your lids a chance to spread a fresh tear coat. Place a small sticker or a dot on your monitor as a private cue to blink. Adjust the screen height so your eyes look slightly down rather than up. A lower gaze exposes less surface and slows evaporation. If you wear contact lenses, match your solution to your lens type and stay within the safe daily wear schedule. If your eyes feel sandy or gritty every evening, consider a few lens-free days each week while the surface recovers. If you develop sudden pain, light sensitivity, or very red eyes, pause contact lens use and seek care promptly. 6th, warm the lids and keep them clean so the oil in your tears flows smoothly and your eyes feel less scratchy. The tiny oil glands in your lids can get clogged, especially with age or with a lot of screen time. Warmth softens the oil, and a gentle sweep along the lid edge encourages clear flow. Use a clean, warm, damp cloth for several minutes with the eyes closed, then lightly massage from the outer corner toward the inner corner with clean hands. Finish with a brief lid wipe using a non-irritating cleanser made for lids if your clinician has recommended one. Many adults find that this routine, when done most evenings for a few weeks, reduces burning and fluctuating blur. If you have rosacea, blepharitis, or frequent styes, ask your clinician about a personalized plan. Contact lens users should not perform warm compresses right before inserting lenses, and no one should apply heat to a painful or infected eye without guidance. If you notice crusting that glues the lashes on waking or repeated swollen bumps at the lid edge, schedule an exam since you may need treatment to calm the oil glands and the surrounding skin. 7th, tidy your home lighting and increase edge contrast to reduce strain and cut fall risk while protecting your eyes from glare. Older eyes scatter more light inside the eye, which makes glare a bigger problem and lowers contrast sensitivity. That is why the same staircase that felt easy at 30 can feel fuzzy at 65. Start with even, indirect light in rooms where you read or work with your hands. Aim to light the task, not the eyes. Add simple night path lights from the bedroom to the bathroom so you do not step into a dark hallway. Place high contrast tape on the edges of steps if you have a staircase, and use a light-colored cutting board under dark foods and a dark board under light foods to improve visual separation in the kitchen. In the bathroom, favor warm, even light rather than harsh spots that create shadows. These small environmental changes not only make reading and chores easier, but they also lower the chance of a misstep or trip, which matters because falls are a major cause of preventable injury in older adults. If you have glaucoma, cataract, or macular problems, you may benefit from a low vision evaluation, where specialists tune lighting and magnification to your exact needs. 8th, schedule comprehensive eye exams on a regular rhythm so silent problems are caught early when simple steps help most. Several eye diseases grow quietly. Glaucoma often steals side vision without pain. Age-related lens clouding creeps across years. Macular problems may start with tiny deposits before central blur shows up. A complete exam looks beyond a quick vision test. It evaluates pressure, examines the nerve head, checks the macula, and reviews the overall health of the front and back of the eye. Adults with diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune disease, a strong family history of glaucoma or macular disease, or a past serious eye injury tend to need more frequent exams. Ask your clinician to set the right interval for your situation. If you notice new floaters with flashes of light, a gray shadow in one corner, or a sudden drop in vision, do not wait for the next appointment. Seek care within the same day, since those can be signs of a retinal tear or detachment. If you drive at night and halos, glare, or starbursts are growing, tell your eye clinician because those can signal changes in the lens or the cornea that are worth addressing. 9th, use protective eyewear whenever a project or sport can send particles or projectiles toward your eyes, because 1 second can change a lifetime of vision. Yard work, home repair, and several sports turn everyday objects into fast-moving hazards. A single fragment of metal from a hammer strike or a wood chip from a saw can pierce the cornea or embed in the eye surface. Safety glasses or goggles that fit well lower the risk dramatically. Keep a pair in the toolbox, one in the garage, and one in the sports bag. Choose wraparound styles when dust is heavy. If you already have vision in only one eye, be especially consistent with eye protection. If you work with chemicals, read the label and follow the safety line that applies to the eyes. In the rare event that a splash happens, flush with clean running water for many minutes and seek care without delay. If a foreign body sticks in the eye, do not rub. Shield the eye lightly and get help. Simple gear and a clear plan protect everything else you are working to preserve. 10th, move your body most days to support the circulation that also feeds the retina and the optic nerve. Your eyes are part of your brain, and they are nourished by the same heart and vascular system that carries oxygen everywhere else. Regular movement, even when gentle, improves the function of the vessel lining, supports healthy pressure patterns, and helps the body manage blood sugar. Choose a base of brisk walking, cycling, or swimming for most adults, then add simple strength training twice weekly to support balance and blood sugar. In addition to the general gains, many people report less eye strain and fewer headaches when they move more consistently. If you have glaucoma, ask your clinician about any move that dramatically increases pressure inside your chest or that puts your head well below your heart, since those moves can briefly raise pressure inside the eye. If you live with severe arthritis or balance concerns, start with short bouts and use support, then extend your time as comfort grows. Your eyes will thank you for what your heart and muscles already enjoy. Of course, you should build a food pattern that supports stare quality and the surface of the eye while also caring for your heart and brain. Tears are more than water. They include an inner mucus layer that helps the tear stick, a watery middle, and an outer oil layer that slows evaporation. A balanced diet that features vegetables and fruit in many colors, beans and lentils, intact grains, nuts and seeds, and a steady rhythm of fish meals can support the tissues that make tears and the nerves that drive blinking. Plan 2 fish meals most weeks unless your clinician has told you otherwise. Choose salmon, sardines, trout, or other cold water fish more often, and prepare them with gentle methods like baking or steaming. Drink water throughout the day, especially if you live in a dry climate, spend long hours in air conditioning or heating, or take medicines that dry the mouth and eyes. If you have chronic kidney disease, heart failure, or other conditions that require fluid limits, follow your prescribed plan and ask before making changes. If reflux bothers you, adjust meal size and timing rather than drinking large amounts close to bedtime. Also, place your screens, books, and tasks to match your body so your eyes and neck work together rather than against one another. Place your monitor so that the top of the screen is at or just below eye level, and sit at an arm's length distance if you can. Lift books and tablets with a stand so you are not tilting your head forward for long periods. Make the text larger instead of leaning in. These simple adjustments help your focus system relax. When the screen is too bright for a dim room or too dim for a bright room, your pupils and focus muscle fight each other, and fatigue builds. Aim for even ambient light and a screen brightness that blends with the room. If you must use screens late in the evening, turn down overall brightness and avoid stimulating tasks in the final hour before bed, since alertness hormones push the other way. If your work demands long hours at a computer, consider a pair of single-task glasses set for your screen distance after discussing this with your eye clinician, especially if progressive lenses are making the screen appear distorted or if you find yourself tilting your head. A clear match between task and focus distance saves strain over the years. Besides, you should make your bedroom friendly to melatonin so your night vision rests and recovers for tomorrow. Darkness matters. Light at night, especially strong light, signals daytime to your brain. That suppresses melatonin and can reduce the deeper stages of sleep where repair increases. Use blackout curtains if the streetlight fills your room. Leave phones and tablets outside the bedroom or place them face down and on silent. Keep the room cool to reduce awakenings. If you get up to use the bathroom, follow a path lit with low, warm night lights that do not blast your eyes with glare. Better sleep helps the tear film stabilize, the eyelids move smoothly, and the eye surface recover from the day. If you wake unrefreshed, snore loudly, or notice morning headaches, ask your clinician whether you should be screened for obstructive sleep apnea, since treatment may improve vision and reduce strain. Weave in 2 small daily rituals that keep you honest, because consistency is the main driver of results. Morning can start with a glass of water and a short outdoor walk to anchor your clock and hydrate your eyes. Evening can end with a gentle lid warm compress and a 3-line note about screens, light exposure, and how your eyes felt. That simple check-in makes patterns visible. On days when your eyes feel dry or scratchy, look for a reason you can change. Perhaps the air was dry, you skipped breaks, or the wind was strong. Replace judgment with curiosity, then adjust. If your eyes feel calm, notice why, and repeat that pattern tomorrow. Add one more ritual that fits your life. Place sunglasses by your keys. Keep a second pair of readers where you usually open the mail. Stash artificial tears in your bag if your clinician has recommended them and you tolerate them well. Make small decisions before you leave the house and write the script for how your eyes will feel in the evening. Bring your medications and supplements into the conversation because several common products can affect how the eyes feel and function. Many medicines have drying effects on the eye surface, including some used for mood, sleep, allergy, and bladder symptoms. That does not mean you should stop them. It means your care team can help balance benefits and side effects while you add non-drug strategies for comfort. Some over-the-counter drops contain preservatives that may irritate when used many times daily. If you need frequent drops, ask about preservative-free options. If you take blood thinners, steroids, or medicines that affect the immune system, get specific guidance before starting any new eye drop or supplement. If you live with an autoimmune disease, talk with your clinician about dry eye plans that fit your condition. A coordinated plan prevents surprises and keeps progress steady. And definitely, check the early warning signals that tell you to get help now rather than later, because time matters for vision. Sudden flashes of light, a shower of new floaters, a shadow that hides part of your field of view, or a sudden painful red eye are red flags. Do not wait to see if they fade. Seek urgent care. If you notice that straight lines look wavy on a grid or door frame, cover one eye and then the other. If it happens in one eye, call for an appointment since that can be a sign of macular trouble. If the center of a page looks gray or washed out, do the same. If you are not sure what you feel, write a 2-sentence description and call. You are never bothering the office by protecting your sight. Recognize how the rest of your life shows up in your vision so you can steer more of it in a helpful direction. High stress, long screen days, skipped meals, and light late at night not only reduce energy, they dial down your ability to focus up close, fragment the tear film, and shrink your tolerance for glare. The return on basic habits is not flashy, but it is large. A walk outside in morning light moves sleep, stress, and blood sugar together. A colorful lunch with greens and beans feeds your gut, which in turn calms inflammatory signals that reach your eyes. A warm compress and a short wind down help the lids and the brain. These are the levers that compound month after month. Tell me in the comments which of these lever pairs you want me to expand in a future episode, because your ideas shape this channel. When you put all of this together, your plan is calm and simple rather than busy and complicated. In the morning, get light on your face, move a bit, and drink water. Throughout the day, eat color, blink on purpose, and limit long near focus with small breaks. In the evening, warm the lids, dim the lights, and bring the bedroom to a darker, cooler, quieter state. Wrap once a season with a routine exam that checks the quiet parts of vision you cannot test at home. Defend your eyes during projects with simple gear. Respect the warning signs that need a rapid visit. Across months, you will notice easier reading, fewer gritty evenings, and more stable vision in dim light. Here is a short, clear recap you can hold in your head without a list in your pocket. Protect the vessels that feed the retina. Clear the air your eyes breathe. Shield them from ultraviolet. Feed the macula with color and healthy fats. Blink and break when the focus is close. Warm and clean the lids when the oil becomes sticky. Light your world to serve your eyes and your safety. Get professional care on a schedule that fits your risks. Protect your eyes during work and sport. Move your body because your eyes are part of your brain. These are your 10 habits and the simple reasons they work. Thank you for staying with me through this full plan because vision is worth this care. If this helped, subscribe so you can follow the next step without missing a beat, and share this with a friend who rubs their eyes at the end of every workday. In the comments, name the one change you will make this week, even if it is as small as placing your sunglasses by the door. Small changes begin big wins. Let us keep your vision steady and your days easier.